Enchanting is a fundamental mechanic in Minecraft that allows your weapons and gear to become even better, and especially in the late game, you will definitely need them. And seeing how since 1.21 there's a whopping 41 enchantments in Minecraft, we tried to do the impossible and narrow them down to just the 7 best and most impactful ones in the game, so you know which ones to focus on in your Minecraft world. So let's just go into it. Starting off at number 7, we have Protection. This enchantment has been in the game since forever and can be applied to pretty much any piece of armor. Its benefits are kind of self-explanatory. You take less damage from pretty much everything, which already makes it a lot better than a lot of other more specialist enchantments like Blast or Fire Protection. Sure, if you're for example going adventuring in the Nether, something like Fire Protection armor would come in very handy, but this is great for your main general purpose gear which you go adventuring with pretty much anywhere in Minecraft. Now unfortunately you can't stack protections on top of each other, so you're gonna have to pick between blast, fire, projectile and regular protection for your equipment. And if you're curious about the maths, here's exactly how much health it can be saving you. It unfortunately also won't save you from Warden's Sonic Boom attack, which just goes through literally everything, including your fully enchanted armor. Thankfully, finding protection is also fairly easy, seeing how it can be gotten from fishing, dungeons, librarian villages. All mobs can spawn with protection armor already on them. Though keep in mind that since the villager rebalance, protection freeworks can only be gotten from plains villages specifically. So it's an enchantment that is overall pretty useful and definitely very necessary in the late game. However, if you're simply good at the game, you can very much survive without it, hence why it's in number 7. At number 6, we have pretty much the opposite of protection, that being Sharpness. Again, extremely necessary in the late game, as mobs will get much harder. First, having Sharpness on your sword will make things a lot easier for yourself. Just like with protection, it's great because it's the Swiss Army knife of enchantments. Unlike things like Smite, which only affects undead mobs, and Bane of Arthropods, which only affects, well, Arthropods, Sharpness will do more damage to pretty much any mobs or other players in the game. And once again, if you're interested in how the math breaks down specifically, well, here it is. Though keep in mind that there's a whopping 5 levels of Sharpness that you can grind up towards. And what's cool is that you can even put it on your axe now, if you want to go for this slower but more powerful weapon in combat instead. So again, while it's definitely not necessary, it's just another thing that's fantastic to have to make life a lot easier for yourself. And seeing how it is one of the base enchantments, it's also pretty easy to get from enchanting tables, fishing, dungeon loot, and also from librarian villages, with Sharpness 3 being exclusive to the Savannah villages. I don't know why they want to have a monopoly on such a specific book, but they do. Next up, we have efficiency, because while we do all love playing Minecraft, we can all agree it can get a bit tedious at times, especially when you're trying to mine out large areas of the map. Hence why efficiency is oh so powerful, because it allows you to do all your mining much faster, especially seeing how it goes all the way up to 5 levels. And while the pickaxe is the most common, it can also be applied to shovels, axes, hoes, and shears as well, making gathering pretty much anything in large quantities of Minecraft that much easier. It's especially great early on when you don't have a haste 2 beacon, and combined with a haste 2 beacon, you'll be ripping through pretty much any material the game has to offer in no time at all. As for getting it, well, the enchanting table is once again your best bet, though oddly you can't get efficiency 5 from the enchanting table for diamond or stone tools specifically, which is a bit odd. Though you can also get efficiency books in pretty much any dungeon in the game, plus you can already get efficiency 5 gear in some late game structures like end cities or bastion remnants. So efficiency is a huge help in the game, and if you're getting bored of mining a lot for long periods of time, it should be high up on your agenda. At number 4, we have Unbreaking, because come on, tools in Minecraft always break way too easily, and for breaking, they will all last you much longer, especially if you get them all the way up to Unbreaking 3. The only reason it isn't higher on the list is that its value has kind of gone down ever since the introduction of Mending. However, combining Unbreaking and Mending together is still the way to go, as that way you pretty much never run the risk of your weapons, tools, or armor accidentally breaking because you didn't pay attention to how much durability they have left. And once again, as an overall base game enchantment, it can be gotten from pretty much anywhere. You know the drill by now: enchanting tables, fishing, various dungeons, and villages. And speaking of villages, the secret to Unbreaking 2 specifically is only held by jungle villagers, so if you want that enchanting book, well, you know where you have to go. At As we enter our podium, we begin so with Fortune, which basically means that whenever you break a block, you get more out of it. Okay, it's not as simple as that, but again, it's brilliant for getting more out of Minecraft in less time. Imagine if you just got more diamonds for every diamond ore you found, instead of having to mine much more just to put together your complete set of diamond armor, for example. Thanks to Fortune, which can go all the way up to 3 levels, you get more drops from pretty much any ores in the game, both overworld ones, the nether ones, and also amethyst clusters as well. But that's just for pickaxes. You can actually also apply Fortune to other tools as well. That way you get more items from pretty much anything you harvest, as well as stuff like glowstone. I don't think I need to sell you on this enchantment anymore, but if you want to get it yourself, well, once again, it can be done from enchantment tables, fishing, villagers, and various different dungeons. With this time around, it being the tiger villagers who have the honor of having a monopoly on these books. Though do keep in mind that because of its very nature, it's incompatible with Silk Touch, so you have to pick between one or the other. Speaking of, this is the thing that Fortune is incompatible with, but while Fortune gives you more of the stuff you can already get, Silk Touch allows you to get blocks that you wouldn't be able to get otherwise, and that is what makes it fantastic. Sure, while it can save you a lot of time, for example, if you just want stone, you can mine stone directly, instead of mining cobblestone then smelting it up to stone, or instead of hunting for an enderman holding a grass block, you can just harvest them yourself, but there's so many other uses for it, for blocks that you can't get any other way. If you misplace some glass in your build, for example, if you want to pick it up, well, otherwise it's going to shatter, but with Silk Touch, you get it hassle-free. It's also pretty much essential if you want to carry an ender chest around, as if you break one without Silk Touch, it will just collapse into a bunch of obsidian. And then, of course, there's ice, useful in so many ways in Minecraft, which if you smash with your bare hands, it's just going to turn into water, but with Silk Touch, you can actually take it home with you and use it in many useful contraptions. The list goes on and on, so Silk Touch opens up a lot of possibilities. And despite the power it holds, it's still fairly simple to get via, sing with me now, enchanted tables, fishing, dungeons, and librarians. And the villagers that got the Silk Touch magic in the latest trade rebalance being the snow villagers. So I definitely recommend you carry around at least 2 pickaxes, one with Fortune and one with Silk Touch, so you have the best of both worlds. And finally, at number 1, it could be nothing else but Mending. I already gushed over this enchantment enough in our video recently covering the best updates in Minecraft, because when this thing first arrived in 1.9, it pretty much broke the internet. For the first time in forever, your tools weren't destined to break one day. It was the cure for the death of your favorite Minecraft items, and it was nothing short of game-changing. Before, if you didn't want your favorite item to break, you just had to leave it and not use it, which is very counterproductive, but now you can pretty much use your tools forever and they'll never break. Well, kind of. The way Mending works is that it uses XP to repair the item, and you also have to be holding an item either in your main hand or offhand, or in one of your armor slots. But as long as you're doing that and you're collecting XP throughout your Minecraft journey, then those items are safe and you do not have to worry about losing them. Unless you fall into the void or something, then not even Mending will help you. Again, I don't think I need to explain myself any further about why this enchantment is so powerful, and Mojang know it is, hence why they made it a lot more difficult for us to get it. It is a very rare enchantment, and while it can be found in some dungeons like jungle temples, strongholds, and ancient cities, and it can also be done by fishing, the most popular method for the longest time was villager trading. However, with the recent trading overhaul, now you need a swamp villager specifically to get a Mending book. And as you probably know, there are no villagers in the swamp. That is a lot of hassle, though it's more than worth it given, again, the power this enchantment holds. I mean, come on! Your items are literally safe forever. I don't think I need to style it more than that. Oh, and also for some reason, it's incompatible with infinity if you put it on your bow. No, I don't know why either. And there it is, our list of the top 7 enchantments currently in the game. And seeing yet again how many there are, it was of course very difficult to put together, and you probably have a lot of opinions on your own about stuff that maybe should or shouldn't have been in this list. So do definitely let me know down below, what would you add, remove, or change in this top 7? Apart from Mending, because we can all agree that Mending deserves to be number 1, right? So again, let me know all of that down in the comments below. And what stuff should we do top 7 lists of in the future? Let me know that down there as well. But for now, that is everything. So thank you guys so much for watching. And make sure to subscribe to Pixel Pioneers for more videos like this in the near future.